Okay, quick meeting. Okay, boom, boom, boom. The new city manager will be here at 7,
Oh, yeah.
around 7ish.
Let's see if we can get done before he gets here.
I know, right? Well, Russ said it's just about to do everything.
Yeah. All right, well, welcome everybody that is here with us tonight for our regular meeting for the City Council of the City of Perry on March 18th, 2024. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order and have roll call.
Coffee.
Here.
Marshall. Davis. Here. Coldarn.
Here.
Rupp. Williams. Brown.
Here.
Wortham.
Here. All right. We barely have quorum. We're good to go. And so tonight we're going to have our invocation by the Reverend Dr. Joshua Chappie Bell. Did we get all your titles and everything?
Huh?
Did we get all your titles and
You
everything?
did. You got them all.
All
I'm
right.
really proud of you. Good job. Would you please join me in prayer? Almighty God, we ask that you would look with favor upon us all gathered at this celebration. We are grateful for this opportunity to honor and thank this wonderful individual who is leaving amongst our ranks. First, for their dedication to the ideals of Noble County Fire and Rescue, and secondly, for the personal sacrifices they have made to bring these ideals to many others. Lord, we also pray that you give wisdom, vision, and courage to those of us who continue in public service. We ask that you reward our work and keep us always in your care. Now, oh God, we ask that you be with us as we continue our meeting, as we discuss the business and goings on of the city of Perry. We ask that you give us a moment as we take a brief time of silence as we include those who are no longer with us. In our thoughts and prayers, O God, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Josh. And then we'd also like to invite your son. Does he have a lot of titles or names, or
The great splendiferous one.
the great splendiferous one? I believe you've got a little announcement for us.
Hello, my name is Quentin Bell of Troop 912 in Perry. Tomorrow at the Event Center at 11 to 1, we will be selling lunch to help pay for Scout Camp. We will be selling pulled pork, sandwiches, bratwurst from Ziggy's, smoked beans, chips, and water. The prices will be $10 for one meal, which will include one pulled pork sandwich, one bratwurst, beans, chips, and water. The $5 meal will be 2 pulled pork sandwiches or 2 bratwursts. We will be sending 12 scouts to camp, and it would be really great if you could stop by and get some barbecue. Any questions?
Who's cooking? It's funny you should say that, since I can't only cook 5 pounds. He's going to do a lot of the cooking tonight.
Oh. Well, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and have a delightful evening.
Thank you.
Encourage everybody to go. That is some good food. I know me and my family love going when the Boy Scouts are out there cooking up some food. All right, let's jump into our meeting for tonight. Let's start with our item number 1, our consent agenda. Any questions on that?
Motion approved.
Second.
All right, motion in a couple seconds.
Coffee.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Coldarn.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right, let's move on down to item number 4. Comments from those assembled pertain to items on the city agenda. See none. All right. Item 5, proclamations, commendations, reports, and inquiries by the governing body. All right, we've got a couple things on here for this evening. Let's begin with our proclamations.
Okay, I had a gentleman contact me and want to know if the city would be willing to do a proclamation for autism awareness. No, there it is. And it has your name, so I will let you read it.
Oh, sure.
Here, I'll pass that around. because it says I, Lawrence Wortham on it.
Oh, all right. Do you want to be Lawrence Wortham for tonight?
Y'all let you beat him tonight.
All right, so April 2024 is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. Whereas autism affects an estimated 1 in 36 children and 1 in 45 adults and affects each person differently, resulting in unique strengths and challenges, and whereas autism can cause challenges with verbal and nonverbal communication, social interaction, and repetitive behaviors, and can affect anyone, regardless of age, race, ethnicity, gender, or socioeconomic background, and whereas autism is often accompanied by medical conditions that impact quality of life, and whereas a comprehensive, collaborative approach will help to advance research, providing a better understanding of autism spectrum disorder while strengthening advocacy efforts and ensuring access to services and resources throughout the lifespan. And whereas early diagnosis and intervention tailored to individual needs can have lifelong benefits, easing the transition to adulthood and fostering greater independence. And whereas each person and family affected by autism should have access to reliable information, supports, and opportunities to live up to their greatest potential. And whereas the City of Perry is honored to take part in the annual observance of Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month to address the diverse needs of autistic individuals and their families. Now, therefore, I, Lawrence Wortham, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 2024 as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month for the City of Perry to increase understanding and acceptance of Oklahomans with autism spectrum disorder.
Thank you.
All right. And so item B, we have our commendations. And with that, I would like to turn the floor over to our Fire Chief, Ben Trainer.
Come on, Matt. Boy, when you bring the house, you bring the house. Okay, cool. Matt Lumbers, what can I say? Well, we're here to celebrate a end of one chapter and beginning a new chapter for Matt. 20 years of service with the fire department. Matt has been here my whole entire career. So I'm going to miss you. You know, I'm sure everybody else is here. Matt's been one of those guys we can always rely on. You got questions, you need some advice, Matt's always there. And he's got the experience and the knowledge to give you the right answer. So we're going to miss that. So Matt, we're going to present you this plaque for 20 years of service. And what it says, presented to firefighter Matt Lumbers in honor of 20 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Perry. Thank you for 2 decades of selfless commitment to your community. So Matt, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I just want to thank the city for the opportunity to serve. It's been a great opportunity for me to give back to the community. I've met some fantastic people. Each and every person in this room I've worked with, very honorable, and I would trust my life with them. So appreciate the opportunity, appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
like that. Shelly, girls, thank you for 20 years of putting up with us. And I know what it's like. You can just, hey, we need your husband. So
That was their
thank you
free
very much.
So again, thank you, Matt, on behalf of the city. And then, would anybody like to say anything to Matt? I'll let you have the floor if you want to embarrass him.
Oh, I got a story.
Do you?
Here, and that's what it is.
I do.
We're for it if you'd like to share it.
So, when we had our church fire just a block north of the fire station here, you know, we're battling that all night. Had a very good turnout with the mutual aid too. And, you know, we finally got it all put out and everybody was tired hanging around. And then next thing you know, everybody's radio goes off. Matt, what was your number?
114.
114, en route to structure fire. About 6 hours later, he comes around the corner ready to fight the fire, and we're all all laying there recouping.
Eating breakfast.
Thankful he showed up and said, "You got first couple hours of fire watch now." So, he gave us all a good laugh on that run. And we won't let him live it down.
Good deal.
But it's been a pleasure serving with you.
Very much so.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. You are more than welcome to stay for our meeting if you'd like. Or if you'd like to visit with Matt just right outside, you're welcome to. I think there's some of us that would like to shake your hand before you head out.
Get a group picture. Good, how you doing?
I normally sit at this table and I was like, oh, I feel like I should put her in back there. Yeah, I'll just- But it's fine. Just look.
We were anxious to see these kids. We're sitting watching. How you doing?
Ben, he's the fire chief. He is officially the fire chief.
All right.
All right.
Let's see where we're at here.
Hey, good seeing you again.
Okay. Welcome back. So, we're going to pick up with the council reports. Since there's so few of us, does anybody have anything to bring forward?
I don't.
No? Gloria, Derek? No? Okay. All right. Committee reports other than zoning, do you guys have anything?
We had to cancel.
You guys had to
Yeah.
cancel, yeah. You guys are saying at the hospital they didn't have fall this week, so I think we will just continue on,
Drainage is still just
right?
where it's at.
The
Mayor,
place
can
up
I
there
say
seems to
something?
be draining really good though.
Yeah, we just need to get some concrete
I'm
going.
kind of out of whack, but it just, everybody was going with this. I would just want to give a big thank you to the Enid Police Department. I'm really good friends with the police chief over there. They donated 14 tasers to our department. So give or take $14,000. They were surplusing theirs, and we like to have extras on hand, and these are the newer models than what we carry. So I just wanted to give a kudo to Enid PD for thinking of us and donating 14 tasers to us.
Nice.
wow.
Nice.
Plus, our two guys are still in the academy. They lack 8 weeks.
And get with Renee and we'll send him a thank you card
Yeah.
from the station.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Hopefully, there's Skaggs is watching Chief over there, but thank you, Enid PD.
All right.
Yeah, let me know when they have that, and I'll sign that and
Tasers.
send it off. All right. So item number 6, acting city manager remarks.
Oh, and it's her last
And
one.
it's your last
Amen.
one.
That's what you said last time. No, this one is, because Nate's in town. We're getting closer anyway.
Right.
We're out.
We had the Mid-South Bike Group here Saturday. We had a rather large group. It was really nice. Things seemed to go pretty smooth. Went down first thing 8:30 in the morning, got here some tables, and it was over. I don't know if Laura heard anything different, but we have recycle on the 23rd. Last recycle was extremely busy. We had 40 that we counted. Now let me tell you, sometimes we don't get them all counted. But we had 40 marked already for the first hour. It was, I'd say we probably did over 80 at least. There was a lot, and there was a lot of stuff. And with that comes cleanup day, which will be April 13th, which is also during a cleanup day, also during a recycle. So we'll have recycle and cleanup day going. So if you have anything out there that you would like to, you're cleaning out your stuff because code's got on you, or if you just do some spring cleaning, we will have the national cleanup. We will have this set up out there on 8th Street. Can't remember what the exact address is there, but at the street department. And be able to, get some stuff out. You can call City Hall if you are elderly or have no other way to get it there. Call. We will have a pickup list. All we need to ask is your address and what you have, and where you're going to have it. That's the important part. We like to have it down by the curb if you can all get there. We cannot go in your home. We've had a few people that called couple of years and are asking that. Also this week we got a nice little thank you from the STEM class. The group of kids that came out and toured the water plant, that was a really nice time. The water plant did a great job having things set up and had little gifts for the kids as they finished up. So that was a pretty good turnout. It was really fun. The only other thing that I have is I want to thank each and every one of the staff at City Hall and all the departments out there, Patty and all of them. Everybody has been a great support in my run as pretending like I know what I'm doing. And that's what I kept telling everybody, just pretending, guys. I make up the rules as I go. Not really, but it was great to have the support and the belief that I could do it. And I kept saying I would never be city manager, and I did my STEM, so now I can say I did, and I'm done. But it's been a great run. Nate's gonna be very impressed with the people he's gonna have behind him. They will definitely have his back in a lot of different areas. It may take him a little bit to get used to me kicking him out of my office and telling him to go across the hall, but we have a great staff, and I hope everybody tells a staff member thank you, because they all work pretty hard. So, but other than that, I don't have a whole lot. I'll probably be having to catch up since we have no financial officer or attorney. But Bryce did call checking on me today to make sure everything was okay, and I had everything I needed. It was 4:15 this morning his time. It was 2 o'clock. So, but other than that, I don't really have anything. Does anybody have any questions for me? Did all that really quick, but it all kind of ran together. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
for everything you've been doing.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank you, Christy.
Not a problem, thank you.
All right. Item 7, we will forego that because we do not have a CFO here tonight. Everybody's on spring break.
Yep, that's what he said.
I know. We're here.
We missed the memo.
That's right.
Just let everybody know, Chris.
So with that, we will jump on down to item number 8, which is our quarterly report from the Main Street Executive Director, which is Laura Vollmer of Perry.
Just sit down.
We have, Melanie's here with me because towards the end, we're gonna go over one of our new programs that we have. And I brought these, you can either take one or take them back to the city hall. We did some new brochures and just kind of updated some information in our brochures and added our time frame app, which was not in our last one. And then this month, in March, every year, we do our annual partnership drive, which is just how our Main Street kind of raises funds for our organization for just like day-to-day operational costs. And this year we were graciously given a Toro mower to give away. So everybody that donates towards Main Street in the month of March will be entered to win that. It's a Toro lawnmower, and then we also have some items from Stillwater Mills. So it's I think on there it's called a lawn care essentials package. So anybody that donates towards Main Street this month will be entered to win that. I'm just gonna briefly go through everything. Our Christmas downtown in December was huge, and with our new Placer AI foot trafficking app program, we were able to see that we had over 2,000 people that were downtown on that day, so that was pretty big. We always wonder how many people are here, but now we can actually see that. And so for about 2 hours, we had around 2,000 people. We are going to help grow the Lions Club Easter egg hunt that we have every year. It's always a pretty big event, but they don't stay around that long. So we have a few food trucks coming. We're going to do a touch a truck event, which we'll get the details worked out exactly where that's going to be set up. And then we have a petting zoo coming. So just a few things. We hope it's not too cold, which it could be, but we're going to pray that it's really warm. This year I was able to help get Perry on the 100-mile garage sale. When I first started a year and a half ago, somebody was like, we want to be on that so bad. And they were like, nope, we're not coming to Perry. We're not coming to Perry. And so every year I'm like, do you want to come to Perry? So they're coming to, we're on it, which is great because we can have people sell downtown if they'd like, which we'll have to get that set up on our website to be able to become a vendor downtown. But it just puts us on the map where it brings in, like, they have so many followers on that Facebook group that's the 100-mile garage sale. And I think it's definitely over 100 miles now if you were to go from one end to the other. But we were gracious that they added us onto that. Our Summerfest event is going to be in June, which is similar to what we held last year. And then on our Facebook page is, and it should be almost updated on our website, are all the event dates that we have this year. Main Street Day at the Capitol is in April again. I think it's April 2nd. And last year it was pretty exciting because we got an award. We haven't reached the next level yet, so we're still participating in that. And it'll be where we can just go set up and showcase Perry at the Capitol. And it's always a fun day with other main streets across Oklahoma. Our facade grants are still open, so if anybody downtown needs anything, you can be sure to send them our way. Our Method group is an architectural group that's a part of the Main Street of Oklahoma, which is, they have came multiple times to help us with design drawings for buildings on the interior and the exterior. And it is just something that we're able to get free to us. The Main Street of Oklahoma pays for, so they've been down like 3 times, I feel like, in the past few months helping us. And we recently met with the State Historic Preservation Office, and they just came down, and we just kind of took it as like a learning morning where they kind of taught us a little bit more about different things about the buildings that are on the National Registry and what we can do to help preserve those, and murals, and what we can do to keep the buildings from being painted on the bricks. And it was very informative, and so we were thankful they were able to come and help with that. On Friday, I was able to finalize the submissions for the Oklahoma Main Street Awards, and I'm not going to list them all, but I did write them in the report. We entered 1, and there might have been a category entered 2, and so we submitted 9 Main Street Awards, and they were lengthy. I think I decided they took like 3 to 4 hours per award, and it was a lot. But we're excited. I think in a month or 2 we'll know if we made it to the top 3. And if we make it to the top 3, then it'll be in the awards banquet program and they'll be presented. So we're hopeful we get a few of those. And with that, I feel like, unless there was anything else that I don't think I had anything else big. So Melanie's going to come up. A few months ago, I sat through a presentation with a Placer AI, and I really had no idea what it was other than we knew that we could get some foot trafficking data from this. And so with that, we applied for a grant, and we were able to fund this for 1 year. We have this, and it's super great for downtown, but it's really going to be amazing for the whole city. So it is kind of crazy because it is able to tell us where people are going, how long they stay, and it's all based off of the location of your cell phone, like if you have anything turned on with like the location. And if it is in the program that if you like the census is added in, so they know that like younger kids and they know older population that don't have a cell phone that maybe don't have that turned on, so they're able to really get good numbers with that, which is, it's pretty exciting.
So, like you said, Placer AI is a software program that Laura brought to the board at one point, because again, we kept asking that question as far as how many people have been to our events? And that's kind of just a simple question of, are we making an impact? How are we growing the things that we're doing in the downtown area? And so when she brought this to us, it was like, oh, that's really great. We can look and see how many people that have come. But when we did the presentation with Placer AI, we kind of realized it was like so much more than that. I mean, we can see information as far as where people are going after our events. I mean, which restaurant in Stillwater they're going to, where everyone's going to on a Saturday instead of staying in Perry. And it's showing, you know, where people are coming from when they're visiting our town, how long they're staying, how many nights they're staying. And it's just amazing. And so we really are taking this as an opportunity for not only to look at and better ourselves within Main Street, but wanted to bring this forth to the city because we feel like there's a real impact that the city can take advantage of as well. And so we're wanting kind of, you know, feedback and maybe even just setting a separate meeting with council, planning commission, or whoever else you guys want in that room to go through the program to see what all it can do, because really, like, sky's the limit whenever you really get into it. And that way we can pinpoint locations that you guys want to see and specific information that you guys want to see, and we can start pulling reports for you, for the new city manager, for anybody, and help, you know, start recruiting businesses. You know, we were going through this demo with our rep through Placer AI, and she said a small community got this program and they were trying to recruit a grocery store. And we were like, oh my gosh, us too, that would be so amazing. And she said, well, they actually got a steakhouse. We said, well, we'll take one of those too. So, I mean, really, we're looking at this as far as just a huge opportunity for not only Main Street, but the city. I pulled just one report, and this is, you know, one page, but of this one page, I'm able to pull an additional 20 pages to see just a plethora of information. But I pulled information on the ball fields just to see like how many visits per year that we're getting. And right now it's showing that we had over 45,000 visits to the ball fields in a year. And so we can break that down by months. We can see, you know, our high months, our low months, where we can grow the ball field numbers, where we can see where people are coming from. Just Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, you know, is there anywhere else we can do some outreach? So I'm going to give you guys this one page that you can look at, but really wanted to get feedback from y'all and maybe set, like I said, a separate meeting with you guys. That way we can really dive into the information and see what all you want to pull, the locations, and that way we can really get the max benefit of this program for everybody.
I know when I was, as a board member sitting on there, my eyes just went, wow. The way that could be used just for the city alone.
It's
was-
almost overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming.
Yes.
Like, you can sit on it and just be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, and you've gone like 2 hours and you're still just like.
Even one small area, vacant building, they were able to take the square footage of a vacant building that they saw was closed. And they said, okay, well, if your community, let's say you guys want a new gym, and they just threw that out. So this building is 2,500 square feet, and if, you know, what are other chain locations of gyms that would come in a 2,500 square foot location? What's their growing percentage, and how far will people travel for that gym? And so there's just so many things we could do with it as far as recruiting business, or how do we maximize the benefit of people that are visiting our community, get them the additional things that they need, because I mean that'll show you in, you know, the visitors of the ball field, but I can pull and see after that ball game, where did everyone go? Well, they went to Joe's. And so what do we need right here? I mean, all those great things that we can do here. And that gives us a lot more information in addition to the census data, where we're trying to recruit businesses to come here, and just gives us some more meat as far as getting some conversations going.
When
So-
they say you don't have enough people.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're so
really?
much more than 5,000 people in
Let
our
me tell you.
community.
And I think the amount of people that stop at Love's on a monthly basis was over like 23,000, I think.
Yeah.
Monthly visits.
I can believe it, that place is busy all
Yes.
the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I can never get a gas pump.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And I think just showing, like, for our events too, showing the people like where they're going afterwards, and we, like, I mean, hopefully our downtown buildings eventually all have stuff in them, but just even like food vendors and like where people are going to eat, like we don't bring in enough food, and now, or food trucks, and now we can show well, this is how many people came last year, so this is what we need.
I remember talking after the last cruise in Oklahoma, we're going, man, this was bigger. But how much bigger was it? It's supposed to be really cool. I mean, that's
Yeah.
one, I know it's only one piece of it, but that's
Well,
really
and
cool
like
that
the
they
front
really-
page, when you open up the program, kind of gives you like a whole year, one of the top things, and it kind of has like a little thing that shows you like when traffic was high, and you can see like the celebration is the highest, and then all the other events that we have, and even the guy was like, well, what'd you do on this day?
Yeah. And so we're able to, pinpoint certain locations in our community. It also breaks out visitors from residents, so you're able to see even employees. And it knows that from your cell phone, which is scary, but we might as well use technology to our advantage. So,
It does, it knows whether you're there, because that was the question I asked, how do you know if they reside here or if they just travel here for work? And they said they can tell where your phone rests at night, so if it doesn't rest here in this area, then
you're not a resident.
You're not a resident.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah, it's very neat.
It's exciting and scary.
but let us know, as far as like a date where we can get council together and the new city manager and
Because
whoever
we have
else.
it for 1 year and we want to take the full
Max
advantage of
benefit.
it.
When did it start? When did you?
The beginning, no, it wasn't the beginning of March. It was maybe mid-February.
Yeah.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so we have it
yes.
for
We
you.
just got it,
Yeah,
yes.
you can see historical, right? I
It
mean,
goes back to 2018.
18, okay.
Yeah, so we can see
Awesome.
some
Yeah. And so
year-over-year
this is
information.
on, this is on your computer.
Well,
Your
so
laptop, you
there's,
have access to
so
it.
there's four,
Yes.
four executive committee members
Yeah.
on Main Street that all have full access.
Yeah, we want Laura to really be able to dive into the Main Street stuff, and that's why we set executive team having access to some of the other stuff to not only help her, but if there's pinpoint stuff we need to be pulling, that way we can, take time and do that and let Laura do the Main
Yeah.
Street stuff.
And I think that it said, like, I wanted to pull the numbers from Saturday just to see how many people really rode through town or how many people are here, but it takes 3 full days to pull data, so we couldn't pull Saturday's data.
Need one more day.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people from that, Stillwater was huge that day, but I think a lot of people did come to town, so it would have been neat just to see.
Just to see how many.
Right.
Yep. Exciting.
This is exciting. As you've told me about it before, I'm excited to take a look at it for the council and for those that aren't here. You can schedule time to meet with Melanie or Laura over at Main Street and dive in and take a look at it. I
Yeah.
think this will help our strategic planning tremendously.
Or if
with
there's
the-
even
with
a
the different
time
things we had.
that works for everybody, we can have our rep do kind of a
Oh, yeah.
tutorial too. She's amazing and is available to us at like any moment where even if there's something we're trying to pull, she said, email me and let me know what you're trying to pull and I can tell you how we can actually get that exact information too. So if we're not really sure exactly what we're trying to get, so if there's a specific time we all want to get together, we can do that too.
Yeah.
That's neat. And I'll want to back up just a little bit too. I don't remember what date you said, but the day at the Capitol, if anybody can make it, and kick me if I shouldn't be saying this,
Okay.
but if
No,
you can
you're
make
good.
it,
Right.
it's
So you went to it
really,
last year, right?
yeah, I went
Yeah.
down last year
Is
and
Yeah, I think it's, I want to say April 2nd.
April 2nd.
I don't know. Is that a Tuesday? Okay, that sounds right.
It's pretty neat, and all the other main streets will be set up, and you can mingle with the other ones and see what they're doing or things like that as well. So,
Yeah.
but
It is. I think it's like the Main Street Day, like that day is like the Oklahoma Main Street Day, like they have
Right.
like a proclamation that's the, and it's kind of fun.
appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you can get us
Thank you
that
very much.
date. The next time we meet is the
April 1st.
April 1st. So Christy, maybe if you want to send out just kind of an inquiry to the rest of the council, if anybody wants to make that.
I think it's like from 9 to 2 or
Okay.
9 to 12 or something.
Right.
I can look it up and send you more
That way we
details.
can plan ahead just in case we were to have quorum, which I don't think we would, because if it's on a Tuesday, probably quite a few people are probably working, but just in case.
And it's several hours. You
Right.
like once.
I know, wasn't sure exactly what to expect last year, but I think it's definitely worth going. It's just neat too to see all the other main streets. And I think the State Historic Preservation Office was there and
Mhm.
some other organizations that are good for Main Streets too.
Well, I'd just like to commend you, Laura, for bringing Main Street quarterly and bringing a report.
Mhm.
And she's the only entity that I know that's doing that, and we've asked to do it. So, and it's exciting for me. I live on the Main Street board, and to see how y'all have grown and the technology and the things
Oh,
that
I
you're
know.
doing is just amazing to me. Even though I'm older and maybe not would comprehend it all like I do now, I see that it's such an advantage to us to be able to have all those things. So thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
We do enjoy it. We love it and we dream really big and we like it.
We want to keep Laura forever.
Keep dreaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, but it's more technology probably now than it used to be, I'm sure,
Mhm.
because I feel like everything's on the computer now. Yes.
Fantastic. We appreciate what you're doing. You have our support
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
as a council. You certainly do.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
She does an amazing job.
So on the next two items, we just have to be mindful that we won't be able to do the emergency tonight because we do not have enough council members here. But let's start with item number 9. Consider approval of ordinance number 2024-06 of the City Council of the City of Perry, Oklahoma, providing that effective on April 1st, 2024, medical marijuana dispensaries, Tier 1 medical marijuana processor facilities, and Tier 2 medical marijuana processor facilities are prohibited from locating in a defined area of C2 General Commercial District and throughout the C3 Commercial Business District, providing for amendments to Section 9-502, subsection 6, Section 9-505, subsection 2, Section 12-282, subsection B.6, and deleting subsection B.3 of Section 12-283, which sections provide for such district regulation amendments, providing for repealer, savings, codification, severability, and it will not be declaring an emergency tonight.
We had 0 people, I know, wanted to give people a chance, but we had nobody with any inquiries at any time that we've had it posted.
Okay. Any questions, concerns that you guys heard from anybody? I
haven't heard anything from anybody.
Yeah, nobody brought anything to me either.
And I believe we had the map updated, so we don't need to amend it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So make a motion to approve ordinance number 2024-06.
Second?
Okay. Let's have roll call.
Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Goldar,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. Okay. So our next meeting, we will have the emergency. And, yep.
If we're gonna do it, we don't have to, but we can just,
Yeah,
Not
we can
one.
just, I can just post it just the way it is.
Okay.
It's going into effect April 1st, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to declare an emergency and have that going. All right.
It'll be 15 days.
Yeah. All right, item number 10, consider approval of ordinance number 2024-07 of the City Council of the City of Perry, Oklahoma, providing for the amendment of Chapter 11 of the Perry Municipal Code 2022 by the amendment of Section 11-306 entitled Duck Blind Regulations, providing for a duck blind lottery program, increasing the price and amending the procedure for obtaining a duck blind permit, and deleting certain miscellaneous duck blind regulations, providing for the accounting and the use of monies received from the sale of duck blind permits and seasonal hunting fees, providing for the amendment of Chapter 18 of the Perry Municipal Code 2022 by the amendment of Section 11-308, subsection 4, by increasing seasonal hunting permits from $12 to $20, providing for a duck blind entry application fee of $100 and a duck blind specific location permit fee of $400, in replacement of the current duck blind permit of $40, providing for repealer, savings, codification, severability, and penalty,
Not declaring
and not declaring an emergency.
Well, me and Patty worked really good on this. We kind of like the way it turned out. You know, 500 just seemed crazy to me, but apparently that is the going price. So we were trying to figure out how we were going to, we don't want everybody just to give us $500 and then to have the lottery, so we split it up. It's $100 for the ticket to get in to the lottery drawing, and then we're looking at possibly doing it during the unlimited event that they have here. Something like that, and do a live event as well. So either you're gonna be present or at least at the live event, so you can, and as your name is drawn, you get first dibs if you're drawn first and so forth. If you're not present and not on the live, your name will go to the very end and you're given whatever's left if you don't call in. So, once you're got your duck blind, then you would just owe the other $400 towards your duck blind.
But you still have to pay, if you want boating, it'd be another,
Yeah,
an annual
the
boating
boating
fee,
and
which is
the
25.
Hunting fee, but, yeah.
And it was brought to my attention, there's an issue with guided hunting tour things. We don't want to do that. Stephen texted me last night and said that we would need to probably bring that to the attention, so, which I was planning on, and I just slipped my mind, so.
So
Put that in there,
something
prohibiting
we'll probably
any
need to
guided.
change on it.
Gotcha.
To refresh my memory, we have 16.
Well, we haven't gone out and set, currently we have 16,
Okay.
but Stephen thinks we could make
Up to 20.
more, possibly 20, if not more, so, yeah. But it's kind of,
And we only had one person that was buying the bulk of those, right?
I had one that would buy 5.
Okay.
And one of the things that we did add into it, in order to keep being able to put back into the lakes, the money that's generated through this will be used towards renovation of the lakes. If we need something at CCC, then it'll cover that, and it'll also cover, my dream is to someday see a beach at Perry Lake.
There's a beach.
Now
There's not gonna be a whole big beach.
The whole thing's a beach. Isn't it?
Right now,
I may not need Stephen in the boat, I could just walk out.
there. But be able to put the money back towards the lake and make it a place, a destination. Get people, spending time here. I would like to see better camping spots out there, more.
I would
What's
prefer
that for-
updated bathrooms
Yeah.
versus camping spots, but
But designated spots, so
Yeah.
it's obvious where we want our camping and where we wouldn't like it.
primitive camping versus RV camping.
Right.
I like seeing the revenues and the funds that are coming in from, like the Parks Department, going back into renovating and improving the Parks Department.
I like that too.
Yeah.
But that was just one way for us to use the extra money that we're getting this, to get the updates needed at those lakes.
Currently, or no plans, but there's no duck hunting or anything at CCC Lake? Or?
No, there's no hunting at all, just fishing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I make motion that we approve ordinance number 2024-07, providing for the amendment of chapter 11 of the Perry Municipal Code.
Do we have to
entitled
amend it
Duck
though?
Blind Regulations.
The wording for the guided
Guided
hunts?
hunts.
Oh, I mean,
We have to amend it?
Restricting.
we can add that later, right? We would be able to add it now.
We can do it just with her
It's
thing,
also-
just with the addition of
Are you okay if we
amend?
take your motion and amend it to say restricting guided hunts?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I didn't think there was any hunting allowed out there at all. I had called about that.
All right, so we have a motion to approve this ordinance with that amendment to restrict the guided hunting out there as well.
Second?
I said
Yep,
second.
yep, same second that.
All right. Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Coldarn,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes, okay.
Appreciate the work on this, Patty.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Patty,
Patty.
thank you for working on this.
Hey, not a problem.
You and Chris.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it,
Right.
Bryce was
Fair.
very tickled by Patty's enthusiasm to make sure it's perfectly
I like that
right.
word tickled by my enthusiasm.
He was, because he even laughed today, and he says, well, I was just glad Patty liked it, and he giggled, so
Yeah.
I was very
Probably
impressed by
the other
Patty's
day.
enthusiasm to
Yeah.
make sure this was done correctly.
Yeah,
Awesome.
excited to see this happen, and excited to see what you do with the
Me
with
too.
the park.
I hope everybody else is excited, all the duck hunters are excited.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
As long as they get a spot, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
We did have one guy call.
I did, one of my regulars has got one every year.
He got
'Cause
wind.
the words,
Still would be nice if we can do a form. It'd help you probably too, a form on the website or something
Yeah,
to,
sign up.
to apply and
yeah.
sign up.
All right. Well, let's move on to item number 11. Consider appointment of qualified person to Ward 2, Post 1, City Council seat vacated by the resignation of Curtis White on March 4th, 2024. So with that, has anybody heard of anybody interested or thought of anybody from Ward 2 that could possibly fill Curtis's seat?
People might talk to Catherine Knott. She has talked to me a couple times about it. She's usually the one that's down there at Red Line. She has interest in small children. She don't know if I told her, and I said, well, what a best way to make sure they get what they need is to be part of making those decisions. And but I haven't heard back from her recently, but she has said that she would be interested. So
Excellent. Well, if anybody goes to Red Line,
I try every time I'm in there.
ask her some questions, yeah, see if she's interested. With that though, just to remember that we have 60 days from March 4th to, if we wish to appoint someone to that position. If we do not, after the 60 days, then we have to call a special election to fill that seat. And so,
Which cost us money.
which does cost us money to run a special election, and we'd have to reach out to the election board and run that. So ideally, we would like to appoint somebody. And if anybody's interested in
Reach
from
out.
Ward 2, please reach out to any of the council.
How much
Or-
time is left on his unexpired term?
2005,
Yeah, he
I
just,
believe. No, 2007.
yeah, he
He's
just
in
ran,
seven.
yeah, this was,
Yeah.
yeah, that was on this side
There's
of the
another
table.
3 years left.
Yep,
Unopposed.
yep, 3 years left on this one. I have to finish his out.
Huh?
When do I expire?
2025, I believe.
Gloria, you're gonna live forever. You will not
You
expire.
don't ever expire, you're stuck.
All right. Well, with that, again, just keep in mind, think about who we could possibly appoint to that. Ideally, we'd like to appoint rather than going to a special election.
Yes.
So if anybody is interested in running for that, if we were to go into special election, try and get to us before we have to do that.
Mhm.
All right.
So
I'm-
Ward 2 is what area of town?
The southwest.
West.
Southwest. Yep. And if you're curious about where your ward boundaries are, we do have the ward maps on the city website
And the app.
and the app. So for those watching, you can check your ward boundaries on there and see if you are eligible.
If you're still not sure, call, we'll help you.
Yep. All right, item 12, receipt of waiver of competitive bidding certification by acting city manager Christy Conrad, and authorize the purchase of TMB 120G polymer from Thornton, Musso, and Bellarmine in the amount of $40,131.
Or as Vernon comes running in there, going, have we got the invoice from TMB? He says it that fast, and I'm going from, who? This was a larger invoice that was actually, there was, I think, 8 of them that apparently had been past due. Some of them were a little old. This one's actually from September, if no one noticed it on there, of last year. They are a only provider. There is no one else that provides this same thing, so we do have a letter that backs that as well. But since this one was a little bit from behind before, we went ahead and brought it to council to make it official that, you know, it is approved that we have this. And about once a year or so, get the big invoice. So,
Is that in their budget?
yeah, it's budgeted every year. It's chemicals. We need it for our water treatment.
Oh, no.
It's in there.
So this is a yearly purchase,
Yes,
roughly?
roughly. Yeah. Part of the water process, so.
I make a motion that we pay our bill.
And waive the competitive bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good with and waive competitive bidding? Yeah.
As presented here.
Yep,
Yep.
perfect.
Second.
All right, roll call.
Coffee,
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Goldar.
Yes.
Brown. Wortham.
Yes. Okay. Item 13, receive and discuss Upper Black Bear 62 Lake Perry 404 application.
Well, it's in your
Finally.
packet. It actually got an email about noonish that she had all the signatures she was waiting on, and it is now submitted. So we are,
Good.
Bryce was so excited. And we're finally getting to that point where we might actually start doing some work. So it's pretty exciting. That's all I have on it really is she did send us the email today stating that everything was received, signed, because she was waiting on some signatures from the Oklahoma Commission, but they've all signed, so she's got everything she needs. And she is submitting on our behalf. So.
This project has been a topic of discussion most of my tenure.
Well, we were trying to think, well, when did all this start? Well, Mary Fallon was governor.
Yeah.
And because she actually came out to Perry Lake and made that announcement that we were one of the dams that was chosen for rehabilitation.
Yep.
We have a lot of
It's been a while.
people here, even from,
Yeah.
Washington DC.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. We had a lot of big wigs here.
Big deal.
be good to get it started.
Would be nice.
All right. Any other discussion on that? Okay, there's no action that's required for this, so we will continue. Item 14, consider approval of payment of $9,005 to Cimarron Valley Engineering LLC for engineering services provided below. Any questions on those invoices?
It's $5 too much.
Well, let's send this back to Matt.
I'm telling you, sorry, $5 too much.
Lots of projects ongoing.
Yeah, a lot of projects happening.
Yeah. My only comment is, I would like to see on this, I don't know if he can do it, but where it says project, just a little description so it's easy, I mean,
So you know what project it is.
yeah. He's got numbers there and I'm sure that ties to something, but we don't see that,
Hmm.
Good point.
Yeah.
if it's possible.
Yeah.
But
Sure you
in the description, it says a lot of it, but.
Mhm.
Other than that, I make a motion to approve the payment of $9,005 to Cimarron Valley Engineering LLC.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Goldar,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right. Item 15, receive presentation from HBK Engineering regarding their proposal for lead service line inventory / replacement planning. And I believe
That is him.
we have him here.
Yeah. We are required by October of this year to have an inventory.
I don't know, after that $5 deal.
Yeah, yours was a little bit bigger than that one, buddy. You're in trouble.
Yeah, timing's everything, they say. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, thank you very much. And in terms of a presentation, it's not necessarily a slide presentation, but Christie, first, did you get a chance to share it with the group? or-
Yes, they all have a copy.
Okay.
Yep.
So, okay, I was going to have my first caveat in here. My colleague Jim Jackson, our senior vice president, couldn't be here and asked me to be here today. In general, I'd like to just step through the main, if I could, the 4 scope items that talk about what we would like to propose to do as informed work. Little background, as Chrissy said, the ODQ, obviously reporting to United States EPA by October 16th of 24, about 6 months away, we're required to submit a lead service line inventory and replacement plan. The replacement plan has about 6 components. Normally it's 7, but due to the size, I feel that Perry would only need to do 6 plans. And they're not really difficult or complex to do, but it really depends on doing a good inventory. In terms of inventory, the approach that we've taken is to be at least invasive as possible, to do as much upfront in terms of ordinances, codes that are associated with those ordinances over the years, as compared to home builds and things like that. It's not any type of regression analysis or anything like that. It's just down dirt engineering. Get in there and get her done, and decide, working with Perry, what the next steps are in getting replacement planning, which this proposal represents. The replacement planning is also, again, a requirement by ODEQ, and everything that we put together ties together. I guess the first thing I'd ask amongst you all is if, was there anything that you didn't understand? I hope everyone had a chance to read it. Okay. Some of the terms in here too, I apologize. Some of them are really engineering terms, but that's what we're dealing in engineering. We're in this particular thing for lead service line, lots of acronyms. I apologize for that, but that's the ones we were giving. So without further ado, our approach to inventory is as such. We have an estimate basis we put together on page 5 of 10, and it is based on conducting an inventory based on 3 stages. The first would be conducting a preliminary records review, and that would again be the ordinances and codes, and systems, maps, and drawings. If we are not able to confirm the service at that point, it goes to stage 2, and that's service line installations, maintenance records, plumbing permits, property tax records, and meter installation records. Following that, it's a residential survey with photos, which we've also included, and that would be guidance and of course meter inspections in order to discern what the materials are. Lastly is the flush samples would be for targeted service lines, whatever's left over. It's a deductive process. If we can get the most done in the earliest amount of time and then worry about what is left going, the outliers as we call them in engineering, then it'll require less mechanical vacuuming, and that's where we really don't like to do. We want to ensure that we can stay as far away from the customers and the residents here in Perry as possible. Now, unfortunately, there's going to be times we're going to have to go out and take a look, and that would be just visual inspection, not digging. And that's the goal, and that's the approach we take. To start out real quick, there's just 4 quick tasks, and I'll go through them real quick, and that is a GIS or a global or geospatial information system. We'll provide that for the city, and that will keep track of every single water service line you have, and as well as your meters and your mains will be covered. So it's a permanent record for you to bring all of the information that you have under one roof, and it's yours. The product is yours. It'll help you anytime you have to do any changes or anything. Everything will be attached to a record.
And it has doesn't it have like an in-field form that makes it easy for the technicians that are...
It's very simple, yeah. It should all be done off of from that point on. I wouldn't say a phone, but
or form.
Form. Yes, form. Yes. And then as they're doing any types of these updates in the field, they can certainly use what's there. It's a lot better process, quicker, and it attaches records, leave less gaps in your total inventory and what your long-term water maintenance plan is, what you have in your asset system. And so the inventory serves 2 things. First off, because we have to do it. Secondly, but you're going to have something in the end, and we're a little bit different on that. We take that part of our engineering to probably be most important, because it's the byproduct of having to do it. Because a lot of systems, as we know, as we specialize only in small and mid-sized communities, we're not big city guys, that they don't have that in place, and we can always it's always important to improve it, and so try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It creates a database with layers, That's quite a bit of data in there. Location, home, GIS coordinates, where exactly your meters are, your lateral lines, and what they're made of. If we do not know what they're composed of, the material composition, in the very end of this inventory, what we would prefer, and I think we spoke, Derek, to you and Christy about this, is to submit the inventory as unknowns and don't pay to do them now. Part of the replacement plan is with my compliance officer to actually work side by side to get the money, to get the SRF funding to do it, and not use city funds. So the plan will be detailed, and I would ask that as we go through this, keep in mind that we're not asking you to do digging. The worst we want to do, the worst thing we want to do is someone's going to use a magnet or a scratch test and help us determine, and that's pretty simple. We're going to populate, again, the entire inventory layer, and the GIS management itself. When you have to come to decision making, once we have a GIS, you can actually, one of the features that kind of separates normal GIS is that it's a decision making. Once we download the fact that this is a line, here's what it's made of, we come up with the solution. It'll say what to replace it with, how to replace it, what it's going to cost you within a range, and how long it takes for a crew to do it, and how long it takes for the entire city to do it. There's 4 different ways here in Oklahoma that we can, or the ODEQ accepts as replacement methods. Again, we're going to advise to use the least intrusive to people, to animals, to nature, to the environment in general. Real quickly, the field investigation plan itself it's a combination of pre-existing operations and non-invasive methods, as I said. The metal test, the magnet testing, keeping it simple. The compilation of the LSLI sheet, we will also prepare that. Again, that's going to be a direct download instead of typing up or hunting things separate. It actually comes out of this GIS system, and which was made right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it serves us wherever we're doing this, so we're pretty proud of that. The GIS system will pre-populate the requirement documentation for the ODEQ. Lastly, replacement planning. In addition to that, we'll be required to put together a plan on behalf of the city that makes sense. And it's something, keep in mind, whether it be a city council, or the council, or a separate group to sit down and go over a plan with us. We'd ask that we work together. That is, if you do accept this. And it's 6 components. A strategy, first off, we want to do a strategy. When we submit this inventory for determining material composition of lead status of unknowns, how we're going to get them later on when there's funding to do it. More importantly, we're also a procedure for conducting full service line replacements. This is all based on the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, in which the Lead and Copper Rule Revision, the LCRR, everything's acronyms, is now the LCRR, Lead and Copper Rule and Improvements, which requires not just from the main, the meter, but from the meter to the residence. Okay, and it's very important because we have to provide a strategy on top of that for a funding strategy, and that's a funding strategy. How are we going to help the citizens get the portion, the funded from the citizen side? There's got to be, there's a number of ways of doing it, and we would have to provide that. And that's the funding strategy. Again, it just says that it goes into detail in the original proposal. I believe, Christy, a little bit more, but again, a funding strategy. Okay. Lastly, just the only thing that I think would not burden, but would be for the individual homeowners would be a flushing procedure. And we'd like to write that for them, tell them how to get any type of flushing and how many to get all the lead particulate out of the line and that sort of thing. So that kind of puts it all together, other than the actual submittal of it to the ODEQ. And this is for your consideration. I appreciate the opportunity, Derek and Christy, all sitting down with us and everything. We certainly want to focus as best we can on doing a good job and project manage this the way it should be. We're glad to work shoulder to shoulder with you all. And if you're interested in working with us, that's all we have.
We appreciate all your work.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they added galvanized as well to this.
Not all galvanized, Derek, but galvanized requiring replacement, so that's tricky. I'd like to rip it all out of the ground, but it's not my choice.
Sure.
And because I had to sweat it out of my house. But galvanized requiring replacement means this. The galvanized line, if it was put in anything over 30, 40 years ago, it's usually say they put it in at like 1-inch diameters. Now by now, that thing is more orange than it is. The water pressure still remains, but the hydraulic properties are really bad and it's really slow. But it's also, it's toxic for a long period of time because the oxidation of a ferrous material, obviously, is not good to drink. And even if you put filters on the sink, it'll collect at some point, and they should be removed. So we'll also be reporting all of those if you were to have us do that. But that's all part of the entire thing. ODEQ requires it, and it came as a result of not only the lead and copper revisions, but the improvements. And there's nothing that we see that we've seen so far in regards to the chronology of the homes, and when we kind of figure out how that lines up with ordinances and when the materials for building were put in, we have a pretty good case for putting a good replacement plan together for you, I guess.
All right. Any questions from you?
And you've done surrounding towns, or?
You're in Blackwell right now, aren't they? You're working in Blackwell?
Bartlesville, I gotta be in Dewey in the morning, but Bartlesville we're doing, they got about 17,000 lines. It's not that hard though, because we're not gonna go inspect them, we're gonna do everything we can for Terry and those guys there to get as much snow we need through the ordinances. These go back all the way to prior to 1940, so there's different things that occurred historically in terms of underground infrastructure for public works. So we kind of have a good idea. But that's what, and there's a couple other places as well, all over Missouri as well.
It came recommended through DESI.
Okay.
And you guys are doing something in Blackwell with AMI and help, is that right? Or?
Yeah, I've talked to Jimmy on that.
Okay.
Jimmy's working on it. He's trying to help them get started. Like when you get Blackwell communities like that, they need a little extra help, in understanding what's required of them. So Jimmy's pretty much playing the role of coach right now with them.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
He's called probably once a week, making sure everything was okay. I had everything I needed, and we played phone tag a couple times, but they've been really easy to work with. They came in and explained things pretty well. Or Derek and Melissa came in as well. And Berna says there's no way his guys are going to be able to do it. They can't do this and do their regular job at the same time without thousands of hours of overtime. So.
Well, yeah, there's that side of it. There's also the application for any funding that we can
Any
do.
funding.
That's another side of it.
Mhm.
And the requirement has to be done. Or
Yeah.
we'll pay.
And you have 10 years to actually get the replacement
The
done.
replacement, right?
Yes, but the identification has to be
It
done.
has to be done by October.
October 16th. right.
anything after that is, so 2025, we'll say, okay, what did you all get done during this period? Well, hopefully we'll tell them that we're done.
Yeah.
And, or Perry's done, I'm sorry. And that we're ready to move on with the replacement plan over a number of years that will be commercially feasible, economically possible, and will not require a bunch of rigs all over this town tearing up people's yards. There's a number of trenchless technologies we'd like to recommend that are being approved right now. They've made their way all the way to the U.S. Senate Commission on Environment and Public Works. So there's some new stuff out there, and we're looking at now that are about a third of the cost, and about a third of the time to get it done. So in addition to, there's a couple others as well, like pipe bursting and that sort of thing, instead of digging and replacing. So we can certainly get into that, the technical aspects of it. Call me anytime, I'm here for you.
I think you said, as far as project goes, you guys are willing to do any one of those, the legwork, the application for funding, the GIS, all those, like you'll help us, you would be able to help us with any one of those pieces, right?
100% of it, we just gotta have you sign it. Review it, approve it, and sign it.
Yeah.
I can't do that, Derek, but yes, we would be glad to get that done. So it's a combination of administrative things, a little bit of engineering, and just hard inventorying, trying to figure it out. And that's what, it's the summation of the whole thing is. And we hope
Yeah, we wanted to get the presentation, bring it to council so you guys could see it. They did send me the agreements and everything here just recently, so Bryce hasn't gone through them yet since he was going to Japan on us, but so once he gets a chance to, look over it, and we can put it on maybe the April 1st to have it approved if we so choose.
Did you talk about timeline?
Sure. Based on the estimated quantities that we see out there now in terms of lateral, water service lines, 2,000, we're looking at a period of 3 to 4 months, 90 to 120 days from the time we start. Again, I know, keeping also in mind that even though it's October 16th is the due date, I would recommend it submitted September 30th, be in the position.
Right.
So anything at the last minute, we wouldn't have to go back and say, oh, no, that sort of thing.
Right.
And in anticipation, there's not a whole lot with the new LCRI rule that I explained the improvements, other than there's no more triggers. Everything's an action level in terms of your parts per billion of lead. It's no longer 15, it's 10. So the rules become a little bit stricter, and we can certainly guide you through that. But keeping that in mind and putting together the plan on behalf of the city would be important if you allot it for a little bit of time.
And that 120 days, that's just getting the inventory to get us ready for October.
And your paper's ready to go.
Right, okay.
Well, thank you for the presentation.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to. Thank you very much. And Chris, good luck on your job. I thank you. The city.
My job is almost over.
I was watching. Congratulations. Thank you all very much, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So item 16, any new business? Nope. All right. Item 17. Do you have something for us for that, or?
If you want to see it, yes.
Okay, yep, I didn't know if you had something or if that was just on there.
Oh, look who's here.
Well, welcome. We're done.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're done.
I was watching it till just a couple minutes ago.
Hello. Good to see you.
How's the drive?
Here, it was good. Good to be
At least
here.
it's just in time for new business.
That's
How about
right.
that?
Perfect. Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Christy.
Feel free to grab a seat.
All right.
Don't lean back in the chair though.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't
Give it a shot. You will fall out of the chair most likely.
Yeah.
All right, item 17, consider convening into executive session for the purpose of conferring on matters pertaining to the economic development of the city of Perry, including the transfer of property financing and/or the creation of proposals to entice businesses to locate and/or invest within the city of Perry. If public disclosure of the matter discussed would interfere with the development of proposal/services. Proposal 1, tourism-related arena to be located near Interstate 35 corridor, and Proposal 2, cottage addition agreement.
We don't have that part.
We don't have that part, okay. Well, we won't have that. And which would promote economic and tourism development.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
Okay, Coffee,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Cold Iron,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yep. All right.
Tonight, I knew what I
Oh,
was.
so good.
Yeah, so did I. All right, we are back. We have a motion to reconvene.
So moved. Second?
I have a couple of them in a second.
Okay, Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Coldarn,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right. Well, we don't have any action to take with respect to the executive session, just had discussion. So with that, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
Coffee,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Coldarn,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's call to order our regular meeting for the Perry Municipal Authority, March 18th, 2024. Begin with roll call.
Coffee,
Here.
Marshall, Davis,
Here.
Coldarn,
Here.
Rupp, Williams, Brown,
Here.
Wortham.
Here. All right, we've got quorum. Item 1, consent agenda.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Coldarn,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. Okay, do you have anything else? So we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Coldarn,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right.
And go.
Call to order our Perry Facilities Authority meeting, March 18th, 2024, with roll call.
Coffee,
Here.
Marshall, Davis,
Here.
Coldarn,
Here.
Rupp, Williams, Brown, Wortham.
Here. Item 1, consent agenda.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Coldarn,
Yes.
don't ask me.
Oh.
Coffee,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
and Wortham.
Yes.
My
And
eyes were a lot faster than my fingers that
a
time.
motion to
My answer was
adjourn.
just as fast.
So moved?
Second.
All right.
Oh, I can't get my fingers to work. And Coffee,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Coldarn,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Wortham,
Yes.
and
And done.